Have you ever passionately wanted something that every day, all day long, every night, all night long, every year, decade, practically your whole life, had a vision, a fire, a passion for something? You don't know why, but it sure felt good every time you entertained its idea and the possibility and the beautifulness of it. That's the magic. See you shortly. Welcome to Center of Light. Boom. That's the magic. 1 second, let me do a few things. Hello, everyone. All right. Now I'm getting in my seat. There's a new dawn on the horizon. Tonight we're going to be speaking about Center of Light work. The plan. Work the plan. Dr. Katie Camara and I have been doing that exactly today. Working the plan. Hello, Rena. Everyone. Donna. All over the universe. All right, everything's kicking. My apologies to Center of Light group. It didn't fire off. Hello, Dana Trotter. Pamela. All right, I'm going to tell you a little bit of good stuff. Story time. Have you had a vision, an idea, a possibility, something that burns inside of you so much so it eats you alive in a good way? Well, this is me painting the picture of me for many years. That's coming into fruition. Again, I want to say thank you, Dr. Katie Camara, which really soon we're going to be bringing others on board. And you know who you are. Center of Light Foundation is now a legal entity as of early this morning. Let's see who that is. Hey, Deb Overfield. So as of this morning, Center of Light Foundation is now a legal entity. So we get to apply for the 501c, which is funding. All right, let's get down to some beeswax for the monologue. All right. Tonight is Center of Light work. Got to do the work. Then we work the plan. It's all unfolding now. Hello, Melinda. Let's take a piece of scripture. Matthew 5:17. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. It's a foundation. It's a principle. It's law. Law. How do you know the difference between rules and law? Law ensures its foreverness. Law ensures its eternityness. That's why it's law. It's unbudgeable, unfudgeable. What Center of Light Foundation, which is Louis Machi, what Center of Light Foundation is really about? It's about you more than it's about anything else. equal or a very close second, it's about we. But it is about you, because this is your life. This is my life. So it's about me. So it's about John Doe's life. But then it's second in running, it's about all of us. And they're the same, just two different sides of the same coin. What Center of Light Foundation is really, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of that, because I want to share, impart to you, that this is a very, very powerful vehicle that we have all been blessed with via Swamiji, who I'm going to get into that just a little while. We are becoming God's conscious. We're already God's children. We are becoming God's conscious children on earth. Our divine abilities are becoming unleashed. Others are going to go to sleep, and hard sleep they will. Their fear-based thoughts will spiral out of control, plummeting them into an unconscious nightmare. This is the purpose of the Center of Light Foundation, to erect itself, to be in place, and establishing itself as a highway for the divine's love, power, and grace for all people of the earth. Center of Light Foundation will not fail. At the end of this month, I am going to be doing a talk for an agency in Washington, D.C., an agency of the White House, on inclusion and diversity. It's all unfolding. Swamiji, who is the foundation of this center, is the light that is working behind the scenes of all of this. Swamiji foretold of this 20 years ago. Hello, Kim Gary. Swamiji told of this 20 years ago. He said, when he was in Memphis, in fact, if I think that's right. But he said 20 years ago, my work, meaning Swamiji being of the highest divine order there can possibly be on this earth today, said my work, basically the Lord's work, God's work, will be in the White House. The meetings for world affairs are going to be in the White House. This was 20 years ago. And all of a sudden, this enters my realm of experience. This is not about me. This is about the fact that certain things are beginning to unfold in the consciousness of humanity. But I can tell you that the passion I have had, still do, and will forever, of Center of Light Foundation is definitely in alignment with that purpose. Dr. Katie Camara today said, to understand the actual world as it is, we need to, I'm assuming, maybe I've missed a piece of text, to understand the world as it is, not as we wish it to be, is the beginning of wisdom. Follow the pathway to brightness, and you shall be one with the way of things, the way things are going. So as Dr. Katie Camara said, it's simply a choice to get with the Conscious Deliberate program so we can be the conscious deliberate children on the earth with the program that without a doubt is going down. Memes from the internet. Every time I do a presentation, memes from social media show up, and they're always so cohesive. They're always adhering to, in fact, sometimes memes help me to shape and create the show. Presentation. Live long and prosper. Without followers, evil cannot spread. Let's chew on that stick of bubblegum for a bit. Without followers, evil cannot spread. The purpose of human life is to serve, add, to show compassion, and the will to help others. Let me read that again. The purpose of human life is to serve, and to show compassion and the will to help others. Next mean, you will never look into the eyes of someone that God does not love. Sometimes truth can sting in a beautiful way. You will never look into the eyes of someone God does not love. I got to blow this one up. It's a little smallage. Inquiry is the only reality. Who created all this? Why? How? Where is he? What is the source of all these things of thought? What is this life? What is the source of this consciousness? Go deep in meditation. Everything will become clear to you. And finally, in the meme department, love is what we are born with. Fear is what we learn. The spiritual journey is the Excuse me, let me start that again. Having glasses and not having glasses have their advantages and disadvantages. Love is what we are born with. Fear is what we learn. The spiritual journey is unlearning of fear and prejudices and the acceptance of love back into our hearts. Love is the essential reality and our purpose on earth. To be consciously aware of it. Key. To be consciously aware of the reality beyond the unconscious dream we have been aloof and living in. To be consciously aware of it, to experience love in ourselves and others, is the meaning of life. Meaning does not lie in things. Meaning lies in us. So I am now going to post your support for Center of Light fundraiser. If I did earlier because I'm multitasking, I'm going to do it again. Hello, Donna, everybody, Wendy. Lots of bling blings. I love it. Thank you for your participation. Please share this. The world is changing. All right, let me look at my notes. Okay, I want to share with you. By the way, I want to say hello to Roku. Thank you, Dr. Katie Camara. Thank you, Denny. Center of Light Foundation is going to have its own Roku channel. No longer than 2 months, more likely a month and a half, even more likely a month from now. Our own Roku channel. Roku is installed in every TV all around the world. This is the level we are growing to. Stay tuned for that tidbit. Let me tell you a little bit about Center of Light Foundation, or a little more. The Center of Light Foundation is a nonprofit dedicated to helping and empowering humans realize their value and self-worth that they can unconditionally offer to humanity. Since 2018, we have been teaching at the Unheard the power of spiritually positive and productive expression through broad and vast spiritual wisdom, healing through performing arts, improvisation, and meditation. A nonprofit organization registered as of today, legal entity 501c in Tennessee, founded and jointly run by Reverend Keith Anthony Blanchard and spiritual teacher, healer, counselor, Reverend Dr. Katie Camara, psychologist, spiritual teacher, metaphysician. She lives in Washington, D.C. She's leaving Washington, D.C. The Center of Light Foundation, who are both spiritual. The Center of Light Foundation exists to stand up, literally stand up, because it creates a disposition of the way we carry ourselves. Stand up. It's an attitude adjustment. stand up against the spiritually repressed, suppressed, and oppressed, all the while offering people the tools and techniques needed to live in a more inclusive, that talk I'm doing at the end of the month for that agency in the White House in front of 500 potential people. Yay me. I deserve it. I've been working my heart off for years. I'm grateful. Stand up against the spiritually repressed, suppressed, and oppressed, all the while offering people the tools and techniques needed to live in a more inclusive and spiritually aligned, just, and safe world. Hello, Robert, my bro. Using the tools of meditation, self-reflection, creative writing, visual arts, mentorship, spiritual counseling, service, education, and leadership training, all of which have been guided by Keith and Katie, the Center of Light Foundation is able to accomplish the mission to help those rebuild their faith in themselves and in humanity and raise their self-esteem to live a life of fire. Oh my God. Clarity and action. We offer bullet points, offering people the tools and techniques needed to live in a more inclusive and spiritually aligned, to provide facilitation through spiritual counseling, service, education. I think I read this in a different form. I did. So we're going to take a short pause. Good to see you tonight. Is Center of Light work. Swamiji always says, Yanava, Ya, the heart, God, the circle, completion, infinity, divinity. Na, the mind that lives linearly, where we are to future, where we are to reflect, dwell in the past. And Va is the backbone, with the spine, the ability to take action. Swamiji says, create, work, action. Create, plan, action. We got to do the work. We're doing the work. Get your twerk on. Things are unfolding like a flower, a beautiful flower. Every second, every minute, every hour. Strangely, in getting lost in time, we lose perception of time. And in this wonky space becomes this beautiful possibility of infinity. This integration, this level of becoming a true center of light, foundational one. And then when everyone begins to get on board, you begin to exponentiate by their growing and their expansion. It's sort of like the pyramid system. Everybody gets paid from the one before. This is it. It's happening. I'm grateful. Song break. Going to be right back. Stick around. I've got a lot of wonderful things to share with you. I am grateful.
Making one of 100 million pieces, making one of each and every heart, giving one love like you really mean it, seeing one in each other every day. hearing one, the love that you are. Hearing one, that little voice inside. Being one with all the people. Teaching one all the children about love. Finding one your own peaceful heart. Causing one to feel peace too. And that's the way. And that's the way to be one. Being one that lives to make a difference. Caring for one who really needs a friend. Opening one to truth that they see, yeah. Lifting one to dwell in the kingdom. Dwell in the kingdom. Sending one only thoughts of happiness. Receiving one love that's your gift. Think as one ends the separation. Being one saves the world. Teaching one all the children about love. Finding one your own peaceful heart. Causing one to feel peace too. And that's the way. That's the way. Teaching one all the children about love. Finding one your own peaceful heart. Cause the world to feel peace too. And that's the way.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight is Center of Light work. Center of Light work. Light work. We are light workers, are we not? This applies to everyone. There is no escape. We all hold visions, hopes, dreams, doing the best we can to bring light to the world. We have ideologies, we have theologies, we have Christian religions, we have spiritualities, and all many different guises. Everyone is searching for the same thing. Even those bad people, they're searching for the same thing. In their unconsciousness, they are. They're searching for bliss, infinite bliss. The difference between the conscious ones and the unconscious ones. The unconscious ones settle for immediate gratification, making it about themselves. It's abundant and apparent in the world. But a new parent is in the world. And I'm going to make that apparent to you shortly. Welcome to Center of Light work. Got to do the work. There's a plan going down. I just jumped into the boat many years ago. The one that's rowing to the peaceful shore. Michael's rowing the boat. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Everyone has an opportunity to board the craft, the mothership, not only to the cosmos or the universe, but to the divine itself. That's the plan. It always has been, since Scripture. Hence the prophecy, heaven on earth, or whatever the prophecy in said religion or doctrine or book that they profess is something to be used as a way to find yourself into the greatest possibility that is. What is the greatest possibility? Go look in the mirror and stare really softly but intentfully at that being that you think is you, and you will discover the real you. See, when an infant is born, they are pure potential. They came fresh from the source. You could smell God all over them. Have you ever noticed babies naturally smell good? Well, it's because of the lotion. Babies naturally smell good because they have no funk, no junk in the trunk. Their spiritual trunk. They're ready to travel, and they're ready to travel light until we instill them with that which is not of. We've got to do the work. There's a plan. Tonight is Center of Light Work the Plan. Center of Light Foundation has become a legal entity today. I'm grateful, truly, to all of you, and to myself, and to that which holds everything together, even those things that we often see as separate. Center of Light Foundation, let me share with you something that erupted from my heart about my intention for Center of Light Foundation. This is the Center of Light mission statement mantra. This is everything about who I am, at least. Really, it's about who we all are. This is my declaration, mine. Feel free to use it. It's copyright free. I am a soul of divine light here on this planet to use my God-given abilities. God-given abilities. I can do that which my Father has taught me to do, without exception. God-given abilities for peace and unity, which is the divine law that is unfolding. This is the direction we're all moving to. For peace and unity as an anchor for the prophecy of heaven on earth. I am that which is and will always be. My intent is to be conscious. There's that magic word again. My intent is to be conscious every moment, placing my feet on the path toward the kingdom of my divine birth, the foundation of all that is. It is my birthright I now claim. Where I am from, there is no blame, shame, or game, as I am the soul, S-O-L-E, soul, S-O-U-L, as I am the sole provider of my infinite experience. No person, place, or thing can affect me in my essence, for I am invincible. When you touch the Spirit and it kisses you in your mouth with a whole bunch of divine tongue, you will know that you can never die. You are invincible. My will is to live forever. My will is to move inward forever, upward, forward, and toward, outward, which is really all an inward, toward the great central sun, S-U-N-S-O-N. I am that S-U-N-S-O-N, son, daughter. And because I give warmth and light to everything, I can never die. I am eternal. My divine principal parent is calling me homeward, and I must go. As I have patiently and powerfully taken steps for eons, I now find myself standing at the garden gate. With every breath, I cross the threshold and into the kingdom of forever. At last, I am at peace, for I am a child of the infinite light of God, and so it is. Amen. There is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one caste, the caste of humanity. There is only one language, the language of the heart. There is only one God, and He is omnipresent. This is the intention of Center of Light Foundation. All right. I want to share with you the moment, the exact moment, without a doubt. The idea for Center of Light Foundation was impregnated within me, as well as Dr. Katie, but within me as the one that you're going to see on this in this experience. Towards the end, the video that I'm going to play for you shortly, I'm going to be literally, metaphorically as well, touched by the divine. Swamiji doesn't go around just touching people. It doesn't make me special. It makes me fortunate. He's touched T.M. Garrett. You don't just walk up to Swamiji and say, "Hey, dude, what's happening?" It's just not the protocol. It's not the way of things. But he's going to touch me physically. But he's going to touch me all the way to my soul, to the level that it became, I'm seriously just the one touching myself. You'll see it. That is the moment I was instilled, not the right word, blessed with this beautiful possibility that we are all blessed, especially myself, to share with you now. Om Sri Sai Ram, Guru Devadatta. The Lord is on the earth. This is a personal question for me. Does this have any meaning?
What is the meaning of?
Yanava? Yanava?
Yeah.
You got in a dream, right? Kallo vachi evaro chepparatta adi. What was the story behind it?
I was in a meditation when all of my spiritual awakening started. And this name, Ya, Na, Va, came through, and I identified it in such a way, it felt like me on a spiritual level. And I want to ask you, did it have anything particular in the form of meaning that might be useful for me in my work? Or is it just a name like Keith or Angela?
You also listen to me carefully. This is the call of the Lord, the awakening of the Lord, to make us his instrument to do his work in this world on the earth. There are three granthis. Three granthi. Granthi means knot of nerve. Knot ante
Nerve centers. Nerve center.
Nerve center. Three. One in the heart, another in the brain, another in the backbone. Heart, brain, backbone. In the heart, there is will power. Power of will is there. Power of will is in heart. The Ichha Shakti. In Sanskrit we call it Ichha Shakti. Power of will. Here in the brain, power of knowledge, intelligence is there. Power of knowledge, Jnana Shakti. Power of knowledge. The backbone, power of action is there. Power of action, Kriya Shakti. Ichha Shakti, power of will. Jnana Shakti, power of knowledge or intelligence. Kriya Shakti, power of action. So if we unfold the nerve centers, the power is coming like a fountain, the heart, and it touches the brain, it moves nerve, it unfolds the nerve center here, and the power of will makes the power of knowledge to enlighten, and it going through the backbone, it enlightens and unfolds the nervous system of power of action. According to medical science also, brain is giving orders and backbone is doing through nervous system. It is, they are telling, doctors are telling, but it is controlled by the heart. That is the one word, yah, na, va, yaha, yaha, naha, vaha. Ya, na, va, ha, ha, ha. There is ha is silent. Ha is silent. Ha, ha, ha. Ha is Akash Tattva, space. Akash Tattva. Ya, na, va. It represents three centers in our body. They are Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Vishnu, Brahma, Maheshwara. Creation, Lord, who wills, who gives jnana, and who gives the action. Three. So we have to unite. That is Datta Shakti. That is power. We have calling by different names. That is, it is not an illusion or delusion. It is real. It is the call. We receive the voice of the universal Lord through that super conscious state, super conscious, unconscious, super conscious state. That is not unconscious state or sleeping state. That is super conscious state. Super conscious state. If we mix and merge our mind with that mind, universal mind, we can't mix. Through Guru, we are doing that. Through Guru. We can do through Guru. Just like cell phone. If you want to call me in India, suppose I am in India, you are here, you want to call me, you are taking cell phone. Cell phone to my cell phone, there is no direct connection. You are having connection with this company, AT&T or anything. There another company we are having. That companies are having connection with the satellite connection. Immediately connection will be there. If we put the number, immediately going. The same thing. Same thing. If it is correct, it is also correct.
I've been waiting for years to find out what that meant. Thank you.
This is three powers. Three powers.
Should I meditate on that name?
Yes. Will. First will.
Will, intellect, action.
We plan in the, according to will, we plan in the brain. Then brain asks the backbone to do this and that through the organs of our body. Hands do one thing, legs do another thing, eyes do one thing, seeing, listening, talking or eating. Different kinds of organs do different things. Through different organs we are doing different things. So order is coming from the, and planning is here, building is here. We will here, we plan here, we work. Are you received? Have you received the?
I'm full.
Are you satisfied? That is not a dream. That is the real fact.
I'm completely satisfied. Thank you very much for this beautiful day.
Under this also, yah na vaha na va ya. Na va ya va na. Oh, that is the bijakshara.
Oh, the sound that Swami made,
Seed letters.
Actually, the potent seeds of their bijaksharas are every mantra or powerful saying has a seed, and those are the powerful seed sounds.
Those there?
Yes.
Wow.
Dattatreya Bijam Dram. Rama Bijam. Bijakshara. Seed letters.
Seed.
This is log. You also Ya Na Va. You can recite that also.
Right.
Ya Na Va.
And keep the datta is the three-headed as portrayed in the picture.
Yes.
That is I gave you the book to read.
Yes.
Sripada Sri Vallabha book, and Swamiji is datta.
You have noticed that after singing the song, I tell Om Amen. Om, Amen. One and same. One and same. There is no difference. First, there was a word, that is God. According to Bible also, ఏమనుందా మొట్టమొదట అంతేనా?
Yes. First
ఏమనుంది?
there was the sound.
చెప్పు అది. First
In Bible they say, no, first there was the sound.
Yes,
right?
the word.
The word.
వర్డ్ సౌండ్ కాదు. అది నేను కరెక్ట్ చెబుతాను, నువ్వు మళ్ళీ నీ మారుస్తావు ఎందుకు?
Word.
చదివావు నువ్వు అసలు? I read Bible, Old Testament and New Testament not 1 times, 108 times. Research, I did research in the Quran, in all the prophets also. I did not tell, I am not telling, only listening to other words, but I experienced, I put into practice, I did research, then I am telling. But not seeing the books and listening to others. I am not repeating just like a gramophone or CD. I experienced it and I am telling.
Experience it, yes.
Experience.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight we've been discussing the work that needs to be done, the work that we are doing. Give me 1 sec. I got to change a couple things. For whatever reasons, that video clip did not go into the moment that I said was going to happen when Center of Light Foundation was birthed. Hello, let me get your name right. I love your name. Aziza Lua. Hi. So it cut out before that. What happened was Swamji, I asked him a question and he grabs my hand and I go into a divine mess of sobbing bliss. Everyone else in the room expanded as well. I saw myself, seeing myself, through his eyes / heart. Through my eyes / heart. And in the heart was this connection. He impregnated me with power. Meaning that he's is guiding this work as to why we are now having this celebration. We're having time together that I can share with you that today, Dr. Katie Kamara and I did the work. We followed the plan. Accordingly, the plan is unfolding. Center of Light Foundation became a legal entity. Now we are ready. Tomorrow, I need to go to the bank. You can bank on that to open up this account for seeking out, making in support for this foundation of light. Who is Swamji? Further into Swamji. By his grace, we're all here. It's no different than Jesus. It's no different than Buddha. So it's always all inclusive. It's about diversity. It's the beauty and the unity of Creator itself that is effulgent in every human being, in every being in the universe, even a rock. A rock is a being because it's simply sitting there being itself. So there is being imbued, chick dude. We have the opportunity to become the consciousness of all of it. We've got to work. We've got to follow the plan. And according to plan, it simply all begins to unfold. God is on the earth today as Jesus, as Buddha, as Krishna, as whoever, your great-grandmother, great-grandfather, whatever that means, that is the most beautiful thing you have yet to experience, integrate, realize, and apply. God is here to gather the flock. Swamji, gathering the flock.
ॐ गं श्रीं लक्ष्मी गणपतये नमः। गुरुमध्ये स्थितं विश्वं, विश्वमध्ये स्थितो गुरुः, गुरुर्विश्वं न चान्योऽस्ति, तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः, तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। विश्वश्रीनिवास गुरुदत्तं, विश्वश्रीनिवास गुरुदत्तं, विश्वऋषीश्वर हृदयनिवासं, विश्वऋषीश्वर हृदयनिवासं, विश्वश्रीनिवास गुरुदत्तम्। अपुरूपं परमाद्भुतरूपम्, अपुरूपं परमाद्भुतरूपम्, अपुरूपं परमाद्भुतरूपम्, आत्मानन्दं परमात्मस्वरूपम्, आत्मानन्दं परमात्मस्वरूपम्। विश्वम्भरं, विश्वम्भरं विश्वविराट् स्वरूपम्, विश्वम्भरं विश्वविराट् स्वरूपम्, विश्वयोग साम्राज्य राजाधिराजं, विश्वयोग साम्राज्य राजा।
Welcome back to Center of Light Foundation. The foundation is erected in place and established when we do the work. What is the work? No one wants to work, really. But it's called work because it has a tone, a timbre to it. But the work does not mean carry a heavy load. After a while, the heavy load is not something physically that requires strength. It's a whole different level of strength. It's an inner strength, and it's going to feel heavy for a while as you work out your work in your spiritual muscles to understand that reality is not here. It's here. This is everything. I am a globule of divine light. I am a photon of everything that ever was, is, and or ever shall be. I am eternal. I am immortality. It's the foundation of everything. Doesn't everyone want to be anchored in that prophecy? I would assume so. But we know what they say about assumptions or assuming. So we do the work. We do the grooming to make ourselves not look better in other people's eyes, but how we choose to simply appear. Consciousness. In consciousness, everything is revealed. It's called revelation. Awareness. I understand. Om. Amen. Om. Men. It's the same word. It's a primordial, universal utterance. And when we use that as our rudder, rinse, to guide us, we become a part of the foundation. Fire, clarity, and action. That is the law. It's divine law. What we have on the earth are rules. Rules. You can't break law. eternal, it's absolute, it's divine. It can never be fudged or budged. This train, the Ascensionville train, is moving. Get to running so someone in the caboose can grab your hand and pull you up. But it's moving, and there's a huge momentum behind it, pushing the entire experience of the heaven on earth prophecy very quickly. It's exponentiating. That's the purpose of it. Every day, people fire off and wake up one by one, and wake up to even greater degrees of waking up. And then it exponentiates the speed of the waking up. As I said earlier tonight, this is a most beautiful, universal time that has never happened ever before until the future. But this time we're living in is the center of light, foundation of creation itself, to again turn within itself and breathe a God-blessed new expression of itself. And that breath moves through you and I. It's what it requires to be able to see. And we do that by getting out of difficulty and insanity. And we do that by doing the work, following the plan. And all things unfold accordingly. According to you, clarity. Call on God. Acronym, clarity. C, call on God. L, love is the only thing there is. A, accept, allow, and appreciate. R, resurrect, what all the, I can continue. But we must continue to do the work. Those who are awake will be given glimpses, greater depth glimpses into the garden. So where's this place called the garden? It's not a place, it's a space. It's you and your most perfect possibility for the moment, because the garden is ever expansive eternally. So basically, you're going to always get deeper, greater degrees of spiritual eroticism, really. Touching yourself. And those who are unconscious will sleep, and hard they will. And nightmares will begin to manifest, and they will not understand why everyone around them is firing off into greater degrees of ecstasy, nirvana, and bliss, while they're simply living in a mess. So the light of the foundation of light is when we establish ourselves in the truth. So what is the truth? I can rattle off a bullet list of them. I'll give you a couple. You exist. You can never not exist. What you put out, you get back. All is one and one is all. The only thing that will never change is change itself. This is eternity. This is the first brick in the house we are all trying to erect for ourselves, so we have a foundation to live eternally. And eternally you will. But does your house, your consciousness, need repairs? Because the roof is beginning to sag. The roof, that which is higher, that which is up in the spiritual divine hierarchy. Establish yourself. Go back to basics of being a human being. Love, compassion, caring, sharing, daring to do something different, to always want to expand into greater possibilities. And greater possibilities bring about law, greater possibilities. Have you ever wanted something so passionately that every day, all day, every night, all night, for years, decades, your whole life, wanted something that was so beautiful that when it begins to manifest, sort of like two parents wanting a child, but they never had the success of creating one year after year. They never had the success, rather, as fast as I would have liked it. Successes in quotes. But when finally you understand and you get, and you were told, you are pregnant. You go through a lot of pangs, birth pangs, heart pangs, love pangs, ding-dangs. And when you see that child, your creation child, simply, let's not rush yourself, Keith. When you see your child, or the mother of it, the mother of invention, become pregnant, then it gets to the moment where it begins to move through the birth canal, the place where things are beginning to heat up, if you will. When they pull the child out of the mother, Center of Light Foundation today is the actual, here's your scissors, Mr. Blanchard, Miss Camara, cut the umbilical cord. I pulled out my sword, and what's going through my heart right now is the birth of my son. When my son, out of his mother, God spoke to me effortlessly and very clearly. You will never have trouble with this child. He did a couple things here and there. That's part of the growing pangs and the growing up. I've never had trouble with this child. And when I cut that cord, this very same cord I am cutting tonight, with this presentation in all delight, spiritual power, spiritual might, cutting that cord, I said, and now say this prayer again. Make me the steward I should be, so that all that unfolds happens accordingly. I love you beyond measure. Center of Light Foundation is the treasure any garb or guise we're all looking for. Work to the wise. Peace, love, and light.